requested a sit down. He heard you out.
What's going on, guys? Nico from the Wooden Spoon, back with another episode of The Sit Down. Very special guest, Frankie Dragotto.
What's going on, guys?
AKA the Poop Deli guy.
The Poop Deli guy, the Poop guy, the Schmear guy. I get a lot of different names.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped to have you. I guess I'll do like how I discovered you. I think I saw you doing like the degenerate guy.
Oh, the big mic filter with the
drunk
guy filter.
Yeah, and I think I just followed you immediately after that because I thought you were hilarious. And then you posted the poop thing.
Yeah.
And I remember, I vividly remember, I was just in bed, I was next to my wife, and I'm just doom scrolling, and then I see this video, and I go into like a hysterics laugh where I can't stop. I'm coughing. And I was like, what the fuck are you watching? And I go, you gotta see this. And like usually anything I think is funny, she absolutely hates it. Like she can't stand
That's
it.
typically.
And then you got laughs out of her, which is especially for something, and not saying that it's stupid, but it's a little.
I'm a 25-year-old man talking about poop, wiping fake poop all over me. I feel like my videos, I always describe it like my videos, like as a guy, you'll see it and then you'll show your girlfriend and she's like, this is not funny, you know what I mean? So I feel like my girl following is not up. Like we look dumb for laughing at it. But
but I just want to say I instantly like hysterics. It was freaking hilarious.
I appreciate that.
It's my humor like right down the middle, like kind of like the
5-year-old humor talking about poop.
Well, like I guess like a background, like as much as like obviously we're on an Italian podcast. Like my favorite movie is The Bronx Tale, Goodfellas. Dude, my favorite, like I think the greatest movie ever made is Billy Madison. Like,
dude, Billy Madison was like the first movie I watched when I was younger, and I was like, this is gold. Like, this is the best thing ever.
I have back and forths with my friends about it. We're like, all right, why is Billy Madison like Happy Gilmore? Like, nah, but if you go back and rewatch, but for everybody listening, like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Like, if you go back now and watch Billy Madison and just see that movie does not stop. It's like joke after joke after joke after joke.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you've never seen Billy Madison, like you have a problem. Like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison are probably the two, like you could just rewatch those 1,000 times. And I feel like it gets funnier every time you watch it.
I saw Happy Gilmore 2's already, like they already shot it.
Too. I saw that
They
too.
shot it in Jersey. I debated on, because they were like, oh yeah, come. There was some like hotel in Jersey. It's like, come on and you can maybe be an extra in the movie.
Oh, really? They had that?
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And then I saw the lines.
Oh my god!
Which made
Sandman? Yeah, it was probably down the block.
I know, which kind of is exciting because it's like, what nut jobs from New Jersey are gonna be in Happy Gilmore 2? Oh yeah, for anytime there's noise back there, we got.
Yeah, guys, we have a Suckmaster 5000 on the wall.
We've got a
holding up our spoon.
Shout out to the Grove 34. Obviously, this is where we shoot the podcast.
And shout out the suction machine they gave us. It's suction cup to the wall. And I saw one of them taking the bathroom earlier. I don't know what they did with it, but it does have some type of residue on it, which is okay, though.
Yeah, so it's cool. We got the spoon up on the wall for the first time ever, which is awesome. So, yeah, so I guess let's get a background. Like, how'd you get started in the content? Like,
okay.
Yeah, because you just amassed a massive following.
Well, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like nowadays, like I have 160,000 followers on Instagram. I feel like everybody has like a big following now.
You're comparing yourself to the people that you follow. Because if you think about the average person that has 100 or 200 followers on Instagram, like you're in the 0.01%.
No, that's true. I don't know. I'm like, I'll see something. I compare myself to everybody all the time, which is probably my biggest like
comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah. So like I'll have a video that does well and then I'll see someone else and I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like, that didn't work. But dude, it's actually a very strange process I had. So I got into content like 4 years ago. Okay. And I wasn't doing comedy. I was like posting like thirst trap videos. Like I was like doing get readies with me, dude. Because like I was like, I don't know what to do. Like I wanted to do comedy, but I would post comedy and it would do horrible, you know? So I was like, I'll post like a video of me getting dressed and that would do like a decent. And then I was like, I'm miserable. I was like, my videos aren't doing well. I did build up like a small following from it though. And then like I wanted to like make comedy videos, but it just wasn't working. So then one day, this is probably like my third year in, I was at my buddy Dylan's house and I'm like, dude, I'm done doing TikTok. I'm done making videos. Like it's not working for me. And then my friend from Boston was over. And he's like, what do you got? He's talking about like a deli because he's from Boston, like
he's like, what do you got at the deli at, like,
And I'm like, oh, when we go, I'm like, usually we get like a half pound of poop. and Dylan and me are dying, and I'm like, you know what? Just film me saying that. You know, we'll go back and forth. So we're there in the kitchen. It's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, yeah, put some poop on it, this and that. So we film it. And I'm like dying at it. And Dylan's like, you're not posting that, are you? And I'm like, dude, I got nothing to lose. I'm like done with this. So I post it. I turn my phone off. I wake up the next day. It had like 2 million views. And I was like, am I the poop guy now? I'm like, is this what I'm doing? Yeah, so,
it's always, see, I think like when it comes to content, obviously I've been doing it a while. And I've seen a lot of people, obviously, I'm nowhere close to where numbers-wise where I'd like to be. I guess that's with everybody.
Well, now you're comparing.
But yeah. No, but still, it's like when you have a video that like blows up, it's either like no doubt in your mind this is gonna blow up, or like this is the dumbest thing. I hate that. Like I don't even want to post this, and that's the one that does good.
Dude, it's always the videos. I feel like that I'll make a video and I'm like, this is gold, like this is it, and then it'll get like 8 views, and then like half of them are from my mom's friends, and I'm like, all right, okay, so that didn't do good, and then I'll have a video that I'm like, I'm not posting, and then I post it and it's got like, 1 million views, and it makes no sense. Like I can't figure out.
So whole Italian family, I guess, give us like the background on your on
my family.
Yeah.
So basically, my whole family, we're all Italian. My dad, so my grandpa came, I don't remember when, but they're from like Naples. Dude, we're like mutts. We're all spread across over there. My grandpa came from Italy. He started like a small landscaping business when he was like 18, and then he grew it, and then my dad became a part of that. And they lived in like Brooklyn. That was like the area. Like all the Italians were running like the concrete and everything over there. So that's where they were. My mom, same thing. She's like from Copeg, and then we just became a very dysfunctional Italian family, and now we resign in Suffolk County.
Awesome. Yeah, you're out there. No, but I guess so. Like, obviously, you have like Italian. Both your parents are Italian. Yeah. So I get, because you think of like either Italian parents, or one, they're gonna be the most supportive people in the world and like back you no matter what, or they're gonna be like, what the are you doing? So like, so when you say like half the views were from your like mom and her friends, I'm assuming maybe your mom was like, oh, Frankie's doing great. She's trying real hard.
So my mom, she's like, my whole family is very supportive. Like I remember like, I don't really tell my dad as much because I don't know how he's gonna react. Like my dad's very old school kind of. So I'm like, I'm making videos. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, you're not fucking making out with guys on there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So my mom, I've always just done comedy. Like I've always just like, everything's a bit to me. Cause like I was fat younger, so I had to be funny. Okay. You know what I mean? So like my mom, we're always joking around. My mom loves my videos. My dad loves my videos too.
Okay, that's good.
But I heard him talking to my aunt one time, because he's like, he is like really proud that I built this, because he knows like I've been doing it for so long. But I heard him when the poop videos like started doing good. He's like talking to my aunt on the phone, his sister, and he's like, yeah, so my son's like the poop guy. He's like, I don't know how I feel about that. He's talking about poop and stuff. So he's like mixed, I think. Okay. But then he was at the deli the other day, and he starts talking to the guy behind. My dad's the guy that, like, when you're at the deli and someone walks in, you're like, this, I don't want to talk. And this guy's like looking for a conversation. Like he's like, the weather, man. Like you're like, I'm picked. He does that to people. So he did that to the guy at the counter, and they started talking about like social media. And the guy's like, oh, there's this guy I watch who does like, he talks about going to the deli and putting poop on it. And my dad's like, what? He's like, that's my son. So they started like, the guy like loved me. He was like a fan of the poop deli. So they started like hitting it off. And I don't think he gave my dad a discount. My dad, I remember, he's like, yeah, you think he'd give me a little cut because he knows you. And I'm like, why would he give you a discount? Because you're my father, So like,
if anything, you just put poop on this.
Yeah. He's looking for a deal, I guess.
Oh man, yeah. So obviously the poop stuff, it's great. But then you started doing the old guy at the gym bit, which I think is just as funny.
I appreciate
because
that, dude.
you
mixed
like
reviews with that.
Really? Oh, I think you hit it on that, because anybody who's like goes to the gym religiously, like there's
understands the struggle.
Yeah, there's guys like all sorts of characters at the gym, especially like depending on the gym.
Dude,
I always say like I'm from like Buffalo, Niagara Falls, so like when I went to the gym in Niagara Falls. If I was going to LA Fitness, that was like the premier gym.
God, that's the melting pot over there.
Yeah, but that used to be like, oh, $30 in Niagara Falls. Are you Donald Trump? Like, you should be going to Planet Fitness or World Gym for $9.99 a month. And I was like, so like LA Fitness was good there. I come to LA Fitness here in Queens, Long Island. I go to the Lake Success one, which is the biggest LA Fitness. And then as I'm there, I was like, oh, this is why people pay $200 a month to go to Lifetime, just because of the absolute chaos that is LA Fitness.
Dude, I think of LA Fitness as like if Craigslist was to put out an ad and it was like looking for mutants. That's who would show up. Like everybody in the LA Fitness community. I used to go there and I was like, one day I was just like on the treadmill, this guy's screaming at the top of his lungs with like a wife beater, not a wife, what is it, a stringer? Okay. Like, you know, he's wearing a stringer with the shortest short, like you could see his like ass hair curling, like permed out. And I was like, I gotta switch gyms. And I don't know, dude. You see some creep, but like that's where the inspiration comes from. You know, like I'll see a lot of older guys at my gym, and I don't know, like when I go to the gym, like I have no problem talking, but like sometimes like, you know, I want to work out and then you'll just know, you'll see like an older guy staring at you and you're like, this guy's ready. He's amped up. He got here at 9 a.m. this morning and he was ready to have a conversation. So I was like, this is a bit in itself, you know, these guys, these older guys.
Definitely. So is there like was there an instance there it's like, oh, this happened? Okay,
yeah.
I gotta hear this. I gotta hear, because the one that I'm talking about is like it ends the video goes, yes, I'm finishing my set.
That's literally exactly. So, dude, I'm in the gym, and everybody at my gym, it's a smaller gym, so like everybody knows each other. Great people. Like I love the older people there.
Also, Suffolk County people are much nicer than as you get like closer and closer to New York City.
I don't know. Like. You get a mixed. Yeah. So I mean, you can have like a nice guy that's like, oh hey, like you have like it's a lot of Italian. Like where I am at, it's like Italians, German, Irish, and then they're just like white people, and they're like, oh hi, like are you using that machine? And then you have like these like Italian dudes like, hey pal, you're done, like hop off, and he'll take it. But so I was in the gym, dude, and like I'm doing my set, and I see one of the guys coming over, and I'm like, this guy's coming to talk, you know, and he's like eyeing me as I'm doing my tricep thing, and I'm like, I'm waiting for him to say something. So as soon as I finish, I take my headset off, and he's like, not bad for 65, huh? And I'm like, yeah, man, like you look like you gotta hype them up because their ego, it builds. That's why they're coming to talk. So we're conversating, me and this guy, and I'm like trying to get back in my set because I do have to leave. I had like working a little bit. So I'm like, oh, it was good talking to you, man. And he's like, you know, like how to end the conversation. It's finished there. And I get back in the machine. I like go to start, and I just feel the staring at my neck. And I just turn around one more time. I'm like, he's like, I got a big deck I'm doing. He's like, galvanized nails are 30 a box. I'm like, I'm like, really, man? Like, I'm trying to get it done here. But I don't mind, you know?
Oh my God. It's boundaries. I think, especially everybody our age is trying to learn how to navigate like boundaries, especially with the conversations and stuff like that. But I think that's probably one of the hardest things.
It's hard. Like, dude, I feel like I matured at a younger age because I was always hanging out with my dad. So like, I just like like every older guy is literally just my dad. So I'm like, I know how to like, I'll say something to amp them up. You know what I mean? Like if they're like, oh, you know, these gas prices, I'm like, well, look who's in office. Whoa, like they pumps them up, dude.
Well, definitely in Suffolk County.
Yeah, Suffolk County especially. So like I feed off of that, you know, like I instigate everything.
See, that's another caveat too, because I do that a lot too, where I could entice or incite like hysteria and not so much violence, but hysteria in conversations. Where if you know the right thing to say, you could. Like I've got there's some family members that get a little nuts sometimes just with politics and stuff. So my wife's like, please don't say anything. And then right when I get there, it's like,
you guys watch Fox? Well, every old
not even that. I'd be like, you know, Queen Elizabeth, and like, she's already been dead. Something wild like that.
Yeah, no, like my dad, like I come from like a very we're not like political at all, like. Dude, I don't care. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what like day it is sometimes in a week. But like some of my family members are like very political. So as soon as we have like Thanksgiving, I'm like, I'm not even on the side. I'm like on Google, like what happened last night that will piss off old guys. I'm just like throwing it at them.
All right. So I guess, small town in Long Island. Are you getting recognized? Where are you getting recognized the most? Because you got to be getting recognized.
I get recognized. Like, I didn't think I would get recognized as much as I do. Like, me and my friends always joke around it now. They're like, oh, Frank's got to like wear a disguise when he goes out. But like, I actually get recognized every time I go out.
Every deli I go into, it's just like, hey, I got some poop in the bag for you.
Yeah, bro. Like kids, I feel like I've ruined the deli industry in Long Island as it is. Like, but I don't know. I get like if I go to the mall, I get recognized. I went to the Islanders game. I get like any.
Oh, talk about the Islanders one because that was a cool thing.
Oh, that was crazy, dude. So, I went to the Islanders game, and me and my girlfriend went. And we're just like walking outside.
Oh, so there's a girlfriend that's the Poop Deli girl.
Yeah,
Mrs. Poop Deli.
I have Mrs. Poop. So we go to the Islanders game, and I'm walking like outside, and a woman comes up to me, like no introduction whatsoever. She's like, "Hey, can we make you a jersey and bring you on inside to watch the warm-ups?" And I'm thinking it's a scam. I'm like, what's the cat? Like, you know? And she's like, "Oh, we like saw you," and I'm like, who? You know, she like had no like we're from UBS, we're from the Islanders, nothing. So she was actually a really nice woman. But
I was gonna say you got to open with, "Hey, I work I work here."
Dude, I thought she was like trying to heckle, or like, you know, she was coming for some change or something. But she's like, "Oh, you know," I then she told me I work for UBS. You know, we saw you were spotted. I'm like and now I'm laughing in my head. I'm like, someone was definitely like, "Oh my God, that's the poop guy! Like, get him a jersey, get him in here."
I'm salty because I was just at UBS.
So they make me a jersey. They brought me on the ice, and I was.
What
like,
they put on the? Did they put the poop?
They asked me, no. They're like, "What do you want on the jersey?" And I was like, "Poop." And I was like, "Nah." I'm like, "Let me do. I can't do poop."
Poop 69.
Exactly.
Spark up the machine.
Exactly. They'd be like, "All right, some freaking 4-year-old. We got to handle the jersey machine over there." So I just told them to put like my original TikTok handle, which is it's Frankie 13. So they threw that on the jersey, and like I was so overwhelmed because I've never had any type of like special treatment or like anything like that. Like I was supposed to do a video for a bar. I'm not even gonna plug them, and they were like, "Oh, come, we'll do a video. You'll get free tickets." Blah blah. I get there, and they're like, "Yeah, we have no idea what you're talking about." They're looking at me. The owner's looking at me. He's like, "Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" So I'm with like a group of people, my friends. Now I look crazy. You know, they're like, "Is Frank schizophrenic? Did he make that up?" So anyway, after that, the owner texts me. He's like, "Yeah, so we won 3 videos." I'm like, "I left. Are you know?" So after going that from like a small bar versus going to UBS, and they're like giving me like treating me like royalty, you know, like they brought me on the side for warm-ups, and then they upgrade. Cool. Yeah, it was crazy, you know, and they upgraded me to the dime seats.
Nice.
Which was free food. Which I shouldn't be there. I'm like fisting like steak, like people were there with plates and stuff. I'm grabbing stuff, but like genuinely so overwhelmed because like I'd never thought that like that type of treatment would happen to me, or like, you know.
I know it's funny. Here's a tip because you've got a lady. Just make sure she knows. I always like because there's stuff that happens to me. Obviously, I'm nowhere close like size wise, but I've had like people invite me to the restaurant and stuff. Really? Like, "Oh yeah, come eat, do a video and stuff," and like, "Oh yeah, it's completely on us." And then I look over to she was my girlfriend, and my wife, and I go, You kind of have to say it out loud that I got juice, you know? Yeah. Say it. And she just gets fuming and angry. Well, so that would be a tip if you like to get under your girlfriend's skin. Yeah, dude. This stuff like this is perfect.
Exactly, dude. I mean, she like...
Is she supportive of the poop?
She's supportive. Yeah, she's definitely... I mean, people...
Wait, okay, so were you dating before, like, the poop deli?
No, so I...
Okay, that's even better. So she had to introduce you to her family. Like, hey, Frankie, what do you do? Well... Funny ass.
This guy talks about poop and he's 25, so he's like, you know, he's a little immature. No, I mean, like, we started talking before the whole, like, had a following. Like, before I started doing comedy, I did have, like, a small following. Okay. Because I did post, like, somewhat funny videos. Like, I'd have my sister in some videos, and I would, like, do a get ready with me, but I'd do a fake scenario. Mm-hmm. So I'd be like, get ready with me to, like, go on a date with my best friend's girlfriend while he's out of town, you know, and, like, that built up a little bit.
I can see how that'd be. They would catch some eyes. That's funny.
Yeah, like I just threw people off with the title, but yeah, she's supportive. You know, like this is I'm using the whole like poop stuff and like I don't know to get my foot in the door for comedy because like I do want to do stand up and like I love writing skits, you know, like writing like any type of sketches and stuff. So it's like a good entryway.
Definitely.
You know?
I know. I mean, as much as like, I mean, stand up, like, obviously I've had tons of stand up comedians on, so I like respect the art of stand up, but
Yeah.
it sounds like, cause I remember you posting, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing a show, but like, was that your first, you did a show at Metros on Main, which I know Dan.
Oh, you
Dan-
know
yeah,
Danny?
I
No
know Dan.
way.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. Great
Yeah,
guy.
I did their website, so there's
No
yeah.
way. Wow.
Yeah,
bro,
shout
I
out
didn't know
Metros
that.
on Metros on Main on Sayville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it's a
Danny's
good spot.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, but you said like, oh, I'm doing a show at Metro. It's like, what? I said, one, he's way out there in Long Island, but
Yeah, I'm deep.
But yeah, talk to us about like going into stand up.
Yeah. So I've always watched stand up like from when I was younger. Like my favorite comedian is Dave Chappelle. You know, like,
I just saw him at the stand.
Oh, you did?
Like, yeah,
Dude, he's phenomenal.
2 weeks ago, like for me to you away, that's where Dave Chappelle was.
Really?
Yeah, he did a pop up show because he just hosted SNL.
Yeah, dude, he'll just like hop on mics, right? Like randomly in the city.
Well, this was a pop up show that I paid quite a bit of
okay.
money for.
But how did I? Yeah, so I've like wanted to do stand up. Well, I didn't want to. Here's what happened. I was like watching a lot of stand up comedians, and everybody like growing up, because like I try to be funny. Like I said, like I grew up fat, you know, like I never got molested as a kid. So let me connect that. Like, you know, so I had to be funny, you know, like a van
You
pulled.
wanted to be molested. So
Yeah, like a van-
I don't want to molest this fat kid.
Exactly. Like
let's see if
a
he's funny
van
for-
pulled up when I was younger and they like pulled me in the van. The guy's looking at me. He's like, ew. He's like, why'd you take that one? And he was like, fucking let him go. And then I was like, I guess I got to be funny. And I was like, I had to either be funny or just, you know, be a weirdo. So like everything was always a bit to me. Like something would happen. I'm like, I got to make a joke out of it. So everybody was like, oh, you should do comedy. And I was like, I can't do comedy. Like looking at stand-ups, I'm like, it's very hard.
It's
you
one
know
of
what
the
I mean?
hardest things to do in the world.
It has to be. I mean, like making a crowd laugh versus like having them just like looking and be like, we want to kill this guy in the parking lot. Like, it's hard. But I was like telling stories one time. Like all my friends, like you're a really good storyteller. And I was telling a story, and everybody's laughing. And then my friend Dylan's like, dude, you need to do stand up. I'm like, I can't. He's like, you just told like a stand up set, and I'm like, huh. Like maybe I should, you know, I would like to try it. And I just started writing. And, you know, growing up in an Italian dysfunctional family, I feel like the content's just,
Yeah, it's
there. It's festering. So I wrote, I don't know, pages and pages of just stuff. And I was like, I'd love to get on an open mic, but like, I really don't know. Like, I'm still really new. Like today, like, I don't even know what's going on. To like the whole comedy stand-up scene. So I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you know what? I have like a decent following. Let me host a show. I would love to get like some other people that like want to try stand up or like, you know, other comedians as it is to come out. I think it would just be like a good opportunity. And it worked out. You know, I had my friend Dan, he came on for the first time. He did stand up. He killed. I mean, everybody
Really?
loved. Oh my God. Yeah. The whole place was erupted for Dan. My friend Ben, who's another influencer, shout out Ben Synthman. He came on first time stand up. And then a guy from Jersey, his name's John Keller.
Okay.
Amazing. Like he reached out and I'm like, yeah, come on down, you know? And he came on down, killed. Like we had a great time and now it like really brought us closer. And this week we're actually going to just like rip open mics on Friday. Just like have a good time.
That's
like,
awesome. You should come down to the
I know. I was
Grove.
talking to him. I would love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah. So okay. So did you headline the show?
Yeah, I headlined.
Oh,
I headlined, which was like, you know,
Especially when you're saying, everyone's killing, and then it's like, not the.
so I was like nervous going into it.
Oh man,
I'm in
you
the.
set
I'm-
yourself up for.
oh, I know, but like
You should have MC. You're like, I should have MC'd this show.
no. So I had John host. John hosted, and I actually did like I don't want to like say anything, but like everybody was really impressed. Like everybody,
awesome,
yeah,
man.
everybody was laughing.
It's nice. I mean, it's good that you had like obviously people that knew you.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
you almost like because I was following your stories, like you preface it like we're gonna go on here and we're gonna bomb, but it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I'm like, we're either going to be the worst show you've ever seen or it's going to be like the funniest thing we put together. And like it ended up being the funniest thing. Like everybody after the show stayed. And I got to meet everybody that came and everybody was coming up to us and they were like, how long you been doing this? And I was like, this is my first time. And like,
awesome.
what? Like people were genuinely shocked. Because like like I was thinking no one was gonna laugh, and people had a great time.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I mean, we did well that they booked us immediately after.
That's
So
great.
yeah, we're having another show on February 13th.
Well, plug the day. Plug it out.
Tickets aren't up yet, but they're oh wait, when is this pod going up?
In a week or two.
5. Okay, then tickets will be up, guys. If you want to see me, if you have like a side girl or maybe you're talking to a guy on the side, day before Valentine's Day, right? Come over to the comedy show, eat a nice big pretzel, and watch us bomb. Because this is going to be new content.
What day is it? February 13th?
February 13th.
I'll try to make it out then.
All right. Yeah. Come out. Bring the spoon. Maybe spank some people if they're not laughing. But yeah, that's going to be our second show. And hopefully it goes well.
Dude, hell yeah. So you're saying you're going to just start going to open mics like crazy?
Yeah, we just want to start ripping open mics.
That's the best. That's the best idea.
I've never been, I feel like it's a big...
I'll tell you an open mic story because I've done comedy like a couple times.
You've done open mics.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more like when I started getting like, because I run my own business, so it's like you have to be like good public speaking and
Yeah,
good
of
with people. I was
course,
like, what's the... And I've always been obviously a huge stand-up fan. I'm like, let me just go try to do open mics because if like you could go up on stage and try to be funny to random people, it's not a problem talking to somebody who invited you to a meeting,
Exactly,
So it's like a good to like practice that anxiety in my head in public speaking. I thought that was like a good idea. I'm not trying to go and be a stand-up. That's insane. But so I went up and did it. I remember the first time. This is actually a really funny story. So it was I was probably 22, maybe 21, 22. It was early in my relationship. So I was visiting like some random time in the city because I was still in Buffalo at the time.
Okay.
And I told my girlfriend, I was like, listen, like I'm not going to want to go do this. Could you please push me? This is why I think this is a big reason why she's my wife now. This is great. So she's gonna. I said, please. My friends were also visiting New York City, so we all came together. I was staying with my girl, and they were like wandering off doing other stuff with other friends. So I was like, let's all go. We'll go. I'll do stand up for the first time. I found this place. It was called, oh my god, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Dragon something.
Was it like a random
like
basement?
So no. It gets even better than that. So I was like,
Oh, wait. Was it in Midtown?
Yeah.
I passed there the other day. It's
Okay,
a comedy club, right?
No, not really. It was like well, I'll get into it.
All right.
So I was like, listen, make sure I go up on stage today. I said, like, no, like, I'm going to want to bitch out.
Yeah.
I said, please make sure I get up there. She's okay. Because I had written some stuff. So my friends ended up getting to this place early. They call me on the phone. Like, hey, this is, I know you're doing comedy here, but this is a full-on gay bar. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, we're leaving, which is very, very homophobic. Shout out to my friends, which I don't of course recommend doing that. Everyone is welcome to do comedy,
exactly.
and I love all places and all people.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, we're leaving. And I was like, oh, and I would say please, and I would say like, come on, let me just do my thing. And like they're like, nah, my friends are dicks, whatever. Everybody's friends are dicks.
Of course.
So they end up leaving. And I was like, all right, I guess we're not gonna go do that. And my wife's like, what are you talking about? I said, no, they're not even. We're gonna be there. Let's go. I want to hang out with my friends. She goes, no shot. She goes, we're going still. I go, and I'm like fighting because in my head, like that was like a legitimate excuse to get out of it.
Like it's worked out perfectly.
And she goes, no, we're fucking going. Like you signed up, you're going to do it. And then she got scary.
She got mean. She was ready to smack.
No, my wife's terrifying sometimes.
Dude, sometimes I like, you don't know what they're gonna do. Throw a right hook or something like that.
So, anyways, I go up, I do my 3-4 minutes. I got some good laughs. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But it was like a room full of like new stand-up people, and they were like very supportive and laughing. It was like New York City. I was like, oh, this is nice. I like this. So go back to Buffalo, and I go like, oh, I'm gonna go do an open mic. I said I'm gonna use the same exact set.
Okay.
I'm gonna get laughs, and I go up there. I'm staged in Buffalo, and I rip my first joke, and it just crickets.
Wait, what was the crowd like?
It's just, dude, Buffalo. I always say Buffalo's a different city in terms of like entertainment and selling tickets.
The only time
it's horrible. So I went up there and just ate absolute shit and got off stage. I was like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore.
So you gave up? That was the career, right?
No, I did a couple more times in Buffalo just to.
But like, I don't. Dude, Buffalo, the only time I see people from Buffalo is like if you throw a Bills game on and they're like, yeah. I'm like, these people must be actually insane.
That's all they like to do is just watch football.
-2 weather out there, and they're out there like shirtless screaming.
Yeah, Bills Mafia. Shout out Bills Mafia. Just beat the Ravens. Got
I
Chiefs
know.
this
That was a
week.
good game. I would love to go to a Bills game, though. I just want to be a part of that tailgate. Like,
You
I
gotta
want to
be.
get like beat up in the crowd. I want someone to hit me and slap me, throw beer. Like, I'd like that.
I know. I'm trying to. I mean, I might, if knock on wood, if they're in the Super Bowl this year, I'm gonna go up to Buffalo to watch the game. Obviously, they're not playing in Buffalo, but
Yeah, maybe we'll go up. We get beat up together.
hell yeah, I'm not gonna get beat up. I'm one of them.
You can beat me up. I'll let you hit me.
Yeah, so obviously you're ripping open mic. So like, what's next? Like, what's on the agenda? Just
So I have the show on the 13th, which I'm really excited for. Just because like after we did the first show, I went in for 12 minutes.
holy shit.
Yeah, I went in for 12 minutes. And
That's
like,
a long time.
Yeah, so I mean, we all did. Like my friend Dan, he went for around 7. I think he was the shortest. No, he might have hit 8, but Dan did great. Ben did great. I went up like everybody.
I'd be
did
shocked
really
if I
well.
could do 3 minutes, right?
Really?
I mean, because like you said, you like wrote so much. I was gonna ask, like you wrote so much. Like how, like did you get through like all that? Like it's like
I didn't get through half of this. Like
because usually like when I write a joke, I was like, oh, this is like a good like whole minute,
Yeah.
and then I'll like say it out loud. I go, oh, this is like 10 seconds.
Dude, I like when we were timing it. Like I was in my room talking. I look schizophrenic. Like,
No, that's what you're supposed
being
to
a
do. You're supposed to do
comedian,
that.
I feel like, or like trying to think of funny stuff. Like I'm in my room talking to myself. I'll call my friends up at like 2 a.m. They're like, "Hello." I'm like doing a Trump impression. I'm like, they're eating the ass, and he's like, Frank, it's fucking 2. Go to bed. You know.
They like the poop bagels.
I'm like, they love poop. We love what they're doing, and they're like, dude, that's not funny. But I'm like, fuck, you know. So I'm like always trying to think of stuff. So I had like my set in my head, and then I just like that was it. I didn't have it planned out how I was gonna tell the jokes. I just knew like what order and like topics. Like I was like Tiffany in the beginning, my dad again, like growing up, like blah blah blah. And I was able like I don't know. I just feel like I could tell a story well. So it just
That's awesome. I think that's super
flows.
important. Dude,
Thank
that's so
you. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, anyways, all right. Tell everybody where they can follow you.
Yeah. Follow me up on Instagram, Frankie Dragotto 13, TikTok. It's Frank. Is it? Yeah, I think it's the same handle.
It'll
It's
all be
Frankie
linked.
13. Snapchat.
We'll make
I
sure
don't
it's
even
linked.
know my own Snapchat. Does anybody use Snapchat?
I don't think so. I think there's just like OnlyFans girls that use Snapchat. Like follow me on Snapchat. Like, dude, I haven't been on Snapchat since high school. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no. I maybe I should hop off there. 25.
Yeah, but anyway, so I guess we're gonna enjoy our nice poop
Yeah.
bagels.
we have the nice.
We got I got Frankie. I made sure we had some nice poop bagels on.
We
so
got a
could-
smear of poop
cheers.
here. Cheers.
Cheers to the poop bagels. All right, thank you guys for watching so much. Follow the Wooden Spoon Media across all platforms, and we're gonna start doing a lot more podcasts in 2025. So I'm super pumped. We're gonna collab on some stuff. Have you back on for sure.
100%. I have so much chalk on my face. It looks like I just ate
Yeah, poop bagel.
I had poop. But yeah, thanks for having me, brother.
All right, dude, anytime.
Amazing. I love you. Come on.